Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. Welcome back to another edition of News in Motion. Today is Tuesday, February 13th, 2024, and tomorrow is that special day for somebody special. Tomorrow is Valentine's Day. So if you're doing anything for Valentine's Day, please let us know in the chat what you're doing for Valentine's Day and who you're doing it for. But here on News in Motion today, we have That's Happening Tuesday. Just a little segment about some headline news and some breaking news around the world. If you're new, if this is your first time here at News in Motion, first off, we would just want to say thank you for joining us and welcome. We can be found on YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, or any audio and podcast platforms. And News in Motion is a news media outlet with relevant commentary and call to action. Of course, we will be joined by the one and only Miss Gail momentarily. But first, let's give a few shout outs to some of our viewers. Shout out to the YouTube community. First off, y'all be in here early. I mean, early. I see Miss Adrian tuned in at 7:06, and we don't even go live until 7:25. 7:06. That is dedication, y'all. That is dedication. That means she sets her notifications on, and then she just waits. She just waits for us to pop in. She beats us before we get in here, and she beats the rooster before it crows. So shout out to Miss Adrian for all that she does. Shout out to Miss Regina Shores, also tuning in through YouTube. Shout out to Miss Kim Edmondson. Good morning to you, Miss Deborah Johnson, who is tuning in through Facebook, and good morning to you, Miss Marion Jackson. So if you are ready for That's Happening Tuesday, grab a pen, grab a paper, invite a friend, and we'll be right back after this brief intro.
News in Motion.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I love seeing y'all's names pop up. I don't know what it is. It just does something for me. So immediately I saw, when I tuned into the chat, I saw Marion Jackson, I saw Latrice Jones, I saw Donita, I saw Kim Edmondson, Shardinia, Regina, Deborah, and Adrian. And Isaiah's right. Adrian was in here way early. But it just does something. It just does something. Thank you for sharing, Latrice. If I look sleepy, y'all just got back. But I had the best short vacation. Do y'all hear me? I was actually on the plane writing out the script for today. This lady leaned over. She says, "Can I ask, what are you doing? Because you're like so intense." So I told her, and she says, "Oh, where can I find you?" So I told her that as well. So it was just really good getting this all done. What's up, Lori Wallace? What's up? Yeah, I thought just for a moment, like, oh, they can miss Tuesday. And I was like, nah, I can't do that to them. So here we are. Here we are. It was a much needed getaway. It was a getaway from when I was supposed to have one in December. But as y'all know, I was sick for like 8 weeks. So it was so good to get away. And yes, I love my happy places on the water, and God speaks to me on that water. So it was really, really good. All right, y'all, I want to jump in here this morning. I see Rosanna Bivens. I want to jump in here this morning because That's Happening Tuesday. And y'all, a lot is happening. A lot is happening. All right, first up, and this is for everyone who's not tuning in through YouTube. You may want to subscribe to my YouTube sooner than later. And that's youtube.com/Gail Dudley. Isaiah, if you can pop that up and put that in the chat, somebody. Again, it's youtube.com/Gail Dudley. youtube.com/ or maybe it's / I don't know what it is. Gail Dudley. So I was tuning in, and y'all know I like to watch News Not Noise with Jessica Yellen as well. And she said something on her platform that made me go do my research to understand, to gain a better understanding as well. And that is this, you all. Meta said that they will stop, and I guess this came out of the congressional hearing, political content on their Meta channels. Okay, they're going to stop. They're not going to recommend it. They're not going to put it in the algorithm. They're not going to post it. They're not going to you're going to have to dig for it. So, for example, we still have the News in Motion page on Facebook. But although we put it out there that we're going to be coming live and the dates and the time, those are not going to, you're not going to be able to find those. Okay, you're not going to be able to find those. Their language seems to apply that if I share the news, it will be on their platform, but you're going to have to look for it. So, yes, you can set your alerts, but it does not mean it's going to alert you. And I know that there's been several people over the past couple of weeks saying they can't find us. So this is already happening. This is already happening. So this is any type of news, including social justice, world events, elections, war, or anything of that magnitude. All right, so here's a couple of things that you can do. Number one, y'all, it's free. Sign up for the newsletter that comes out on Friday. Just sign up. It's free. You can go to gaildudley.com and there'll be a pop-up box. Just put in your name. It comes out once a week. Every now and then you may get an extra something, but it is new. It is new. It is new. What's up, Dr. Antoinette? And it's free. It's free. It's free. So y'all, again, Meta is warning us. They're warning us that they will be hiding political content. And I'm sure this came out of the congressional hearing. I think he's just mad. Mark Zuckerberg is mad. They're going to be hiding political content, news, anything including social justice, world events, elections, war, and more. So I'm warning you, just go on over to YouTube. Going over to YouTube, and then we're going to kind of alter our newsletter a little bit and give you some news headlines on there as well. Y'all, it's free. It is free. Go to gaildudley.com, get that, and then we'll do just, you can try popping in on News in Motion Facebook page, but more than likely it's going to be on the YouTube. So just subscribe. Also, they're going to start monitoring platforms and algorithm. This is Meta, y'all. And what's frustrating is that they're doing this in this election year. And so fewer people will get the informed information, but you can scour the internet and you can find disinformation and misinformation all day, every day. I'll get to some more of that in a moment. Now, on the IG platform, Threads, they're not going to let any accounts come out with political content. So they won't be able to discover on Reels or anything. So if any of you are out here doing any type of news or social justice work, be mindful of that. Be mindful of that. So people are already saying, and this was in their write-up from Meta, because I had to go digging for it to get it. But people will start saying, I'm not seeing you. Well, we started hearing that already. And we've heard that previously. So it's real. It's real. So y'all, YouTube. And again, that's youtube.com/Gail Dudley. And then also sign up for the email. So y'all check that out. Please, please, please. If you want to continue to get this information, get this news, get this content, make sure you are checking that out. Talking about social media and platforms, y'all, Joe Biden joined TikTok. He did it over the Super Bowl weekend. If you're looking for him, he is at Biden HQ. Biden HQ. Yeah, he's joined TikTok. And I thought that was hilarious because didn't TikTok just come before the congressional hearing as well? But yeah, so he's joined TikTok. And then, yeah, there's a special election today in New York, third congressional district. This is where George Santos, he was kicked out. So that is happening today. So they will reserve the remaining 11 months of Santos' 2-year term. So if you know anything about that, check it out. What's happening, Devontae? Good morning. I was just sharing with them about Meta and how they are getting rid of the political and news and social justice content. So I was moving them to the YouTube. So yeah, y'all need to check that out. All right, y'all. The former guy, he has asked Like, the nerve of you. He has asked the Supreme Court to delay his federal election interference trial. He's appealing the lower court's ruling on the presidential immunity claim. Yeah, he's like, can y'all delay this? I'm like, can we just do that? Can you delay my taxes? Like, seriously, let's just think, if we just all set that up and like, can you just delay this? We don't feel like doing this right now. We know we're wrong, but we're just not going to do it. So he's asked them to delay the hearing. Axios reporting, they got real into this. They said attorneys for former President Trump on Monday asked the U.S. Supreme Court to block a criminal trial over his alleged efforts to overturn the 2020 election. Now, this all matters. I want you to pay attention to why this matters. The appeal puts the Supreme Court at the center of yet another legal dispute that could have ramifications for the former guy during his bid for president for the 2024 election. So he has appealed. Y'all know his appeal with the Colorado Supreme Court ruling to get his name back on the ballot. His legal team has repeatedly argued that he has absolute immunity. And I just want y'all to just pause just for a moment. So I'm in the highest office. I can do whatever I want and say I have immunity. Are you serious right now? Like, you're kind of like setting up crime. Like, I'm going to be this crime person, and because I have immunity because I'm in this position. Are you serious right now? Who does that? So that's what he's doing. So we got to wait to hear how the Supreme Court is going to rule on all of that. And I'm just thinking, really? And I just think about 91 counts. 91, not one, not even 9, but 91 counts. 91 counts. Speaking of that, talking about misinformation and disinformation, there's so much confusion on the primaries. So this is going to be one of the documents that will be in this Friday's e-newsletter. The primary election dates. There's so much misinformation out here. I'm not going to go through, this is 6 pages. I'm not going to go through this, but I'm going to add this. Once you come across your state, your district, your city, mark it on your calendar. People are confusing people out here on this internet, trying to get you not to vote. We do this now. We're trying to get people not to vote by any means necessary. No, we want you to vote. So this is going to be in the Friday rundown. Can I ask a question to all of you? And please participate in this question. Why do you think it is that they're trying to confuse the people on the day to vote in the primary election? What is that all about? This isn't the general election. This isn't November. These are primary elections. People are stating that they show up and there's no one there. And they're told, oh, that was yesterday, or that was last week, or that's 2 weeks from today. People are like, they're angry. They're disgusted with this. Why is this happening? So I went looking, and this is going to be, y'all, this is detailed, so you're going to have to read it. But I went for the big dog. I said, give me the absolute big one. And then I will also put in there the easy link, which is a straight calendar that I actually got from Kim Edmondson. And Kim, thanks again. Kim said they want to steamroll him to the denomination. Something. This is crazy. This is crazy. So that's the kind of information you'll see in the Friday newsletter. So put in the chat, why do y'all think that is? Why do you think that is? I'm also looking to see what's up, Susan, to see who's over here on the other side as well. But there's something going on with that. So I know you've talked about this already, but I want to come in here today to give my commentary, my analysis on this report of Joe Biden. And by the way, it's 388 pages. I did read it on vacation. 388 pages. And if you ask me, after I've read the entire thing, this was nothing but politics. Nothing but politics. The only place I say on the political side of what I believe her was trying to do for the Republican Party when it came to Joe Biden is that he did not wait until October. Now, an October surprise would have messed Joe Biden up. This is enough time that they can fix it, clean it up, do whatever they need to do going into the November election. But y'all, that report was nothing but politics. Nothing but politics. And I'm also very concerned. Dr. Antoinette, jump on here if you on here. I want to see you in the chat. Merrick Garland should have never allowed that report to come forward. He should have told her, take that stuff out of here. Let's talk about the documents and the documents only. When this is not a memory contest, this is not about the death of someone's son, none of that. And I don't know if y'all saw my Facebook post. When that report came out, I made a post. I think I did it on Friday or Saturday, where I said I was just asking my grandmother's death year, date and year, because I knew it was in February. That's all I knew. I couldn't remember. My siblings, nobody could remember. We had to go dig for it. And I know having a child is going to be something completely different. But that was nothing but that type of political mess that distracts you from what's really going on. So, y'all, if I can share anything with y'all for this on News in Motion for this election season, please research, read, seek understanding to know what it is you're sharing and what you're talking about and who and what you are voting for. Please, I am begging you. We have been committed here at News in Motion to make sure we're bringing you factual information. And if we mess up, like we've done probably twice in the past, because I've tried to make sure we don't mess up, we come back and say, this is different. We did it recently with the South Carolina primaries, because there was so much disinformation and misinformation out there. We were giving y'all the wrong dates until I went to the Secretary of State's office, the Election Commission in South Carolina, to bring y'all the right dates. That's how distracting this election is. It's a mess. So please, please, please find your trusted news source, whoever, whatever that is, and follow them. You don't have to watch them 24/7. You don't have to watch them every day. But if there's something you're looking for, ask. And I'm going to say this as well, whoever it is. There's a lot of digital networks that are out there. I see you, Felicia. I see you, Dr. Annette. There's a lot of digital networks out there. I shared with y'all probably about a month ago how LA Times, New York Times, the Washington Post, and others, I shared with you all how so many people are downsizing because they cannot afford to keep people in these positions. So y'all pay attention even to that. Okay, if you have extra $2, send it to MSNBC, and you're probably thinking, oh, they probably have everything they need. It is, every news outlet is filling it. Every news outlet. Digital platforms, major networks, PBS, BBC, NPR, Associated Press, Axios, News in Motion, everyone, we're all feeling it. And the research it takes to find the truth, the facts. People are like, I can't afford this. So to some degree, they're squeezing us out because we cannot handle the platform pressure. There's a lot, y'all. Research that so that you can get an understanding what that is. Dr. Annette says, yes, they are digital and hurting, all of them. So y'all, the Washington Post, this was breaking news this morning. Senate passes Ukraine-Israel aid package that divided Republicans in this entire Trump, I have to use his name, Trump run for re-election. I guess it's not re-election for him. Now, there's a bitter debate that's going on here. They're already saying on the House side, it's going to be dead on arrival. So what that also is sending you, and these are your representatives in the House, okay? What they're saying is that we're not going to do anything else until January 2025. That's ludicrous, okay? That's ludicrous. We need to make sure that our representatives are not sitting on bills or making sure that they're not voting on anything because they choose not to, because their person told them, I don't want y'all voting on anything until I get back in office. Are you serious? Are you serious right now? And by the way, and I want y'all to hear this, and I've been very careful to stay away from this, but I'm going to touch on this today. By the way, if the former guy, Donald J. Trump, was in office now, I promise you, he would be on the side of Benjamin Netanyahu. Okay? I just want y'all to know that. So be mindful, both of them, the one currently in office and the one trying to return to office, they will both support Netanyahu. I don't agree with it. Nope, there's too much killing that's going on. That's my stand. That's my opinion. That's my voice. But either one of them would be supporting sending money to Israel because of the relationship. I don't get it. I'm not on that side of the fence. I'm not on that side. No, I disagree with it 100%. Too many killings, too much killing that's happening. But understand, I'm seeing a lot of posts saying, vote for the other guy because this guy, no, y'all do know they're friends, right? So he would 100% be on the side of Benjamin Netanyahu. Just saying what I'm saying, putting it out there. So that's what's happening. That's what's happening, y'all, on this Tuesday. There's a lot of heaviness with the news because there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on. But our goal is to help navigate you through some of this and to help you connect the dots. So what I've shared so far, and we're not even done yet, what I've shared so far in the news today all connects. It also connects with Finland's newly elected president. Pay attention. They went from somewhat progressive, liberal, their gun control was amazing. They went from that to the complete opposite. And I looked and said, oh, that's another friend of the former guys. Pay attention, y'all. Connect these dots. This is not a popularity contest. Not at all. Not at all. Also in the news, another connection. The judge has ordered Elon Musk. I was like, dude, go back to cars. Just go back to cars. To testify for the third time in U.S. Security and Exchange Commission probe of his $44 billion purchase of Twitter, now X, in 2022. Y'all pay attention to this. Pay attention to this. What is his purpose? They're digging deep into what everything he's doing with Twitter, well, now X. They're looking at every side of this. They're having conversations. They're looking at the money exchange, the partnership of the exchange, the termination of employees, people who left, how the platform was set up, how he got in. They're looking at every angle. I'm going to keep following that, y'all, as well, to let you all know. Remember, he did not show up before the congressional hearing with all the others. He sent a representative. No, he can't do that. Now they're like, no, you're coming in here. We're going to have a conversation. We want to hear your testimony. Yes, Kim Edmondson, always, always, always follow the money. Follow the money, y'all. So there's a lot. So when you're looking at the landscape of government, national and local, there's a lot that's going on. It's also trickling down. I don't know if Latrice is still on here. It's also trickling down to local. And one of the local things that are being carried would be the educational system. I've been watching this unfold. The libraries in the schools, the book banning in the schools, the curriculum in the schools, the testing in the schools. Y'all, all of these things are connected. Okay? They're connected. Even what they're teaching about government and history in the schools, there's now an attack in that area at that pressure point. I'm like, what is really going on? What's happening? That's happening in the high schools right when the students are turning that 17, 18-year-old where they're becoming voters. Yeah, we have to pay attention to this, which also says we cannot just allow the schools to teach our children. We have to teach our children. Call it back to Sunday school, Saturday school, Wednesday night, whatever. We have to have these conversations and have this teaching, but we also have to bring the love back of understanding of what it is and why it is and how it's connecting. So how do we connect some of these things to make it appealing to this group? What does that look like, y'all? We cannot let that sit on the back burner. Speaking of that, of how we can make things happen, I know I'm a day late, but this is Tuesday. We got to talk just briefly about the Super Bowl, okay? Not who won, who lost. I was for the 49ers, but whatever. But we got to talk about it. So, y'all, the numbers came out late last night, this morning. Super Bowl 58, they said that it has shattered all-time TV rating record. They said it shattered the numbers. Estimated 123.4 million average viewers on CBS broadcast of the Super Bowl. They're saying they're making the competition the most watched television event in history. And the question is why? Why did they shatter this? So last year was 115.1 million. So this was a 7% increase, they said. They said this was record setting across the board. So they're asking what brought it on. Was it the new way of doing lift every voice and sing? No, it wasn't. Okay. Because we're still fighting that today. I'm like, why does this bother y'all? Like, why do y'all care that song is being sung in the Super Bowl? Who cares? And Andrea Day, I don't know what you thought. I like her, and I thought her voice was great. I love the new rendition, the way she put that all together. Loved it, loved it, loved it. Yes, that's marketing power of Taylor Swift. I think she made a part of that. I also think it was the Beyonces and Jay-Z's and the LeBron James and the this, that, and the other, all the celebrities and how they popped that up there. I think that has something to do with it. I even thought about Blue Ivy in uh, not Sir, the other twin of Jay-Z and Beyonce. I thought about the Kardashians. I thought about everyone's like, what is it? What's the phenomenon? And why are people keyed in? And how do we turn that into a history lesson? What does that look like? What are the pressure points? What are the touch points to all of that? I'll get to the other conversation another day. I can't do it today. Then we had Usher. I was waiting. I was on the ship, y'all. Let me tell y'all this. The entire ship turned into the Super Bowl. And we wasn't even in this country, okay? Like drop down screens was coming in the middle of the ship. No matter where you turned, the game was on. People were like, they came dressed for the party. So I was like, what? So no matter where you turned. And when I tell y'all that the entire ship was partying with Usher, like I was like, whoa, what is happening? Like the ship was already rocking because we were on some crazy choppy water, but they were rocking. They were like singing, they were dancing, like people of all nationality, background, everything. I said, whoa, they got it going on. Well, we weren't far from another ship, and you could see them partying too as we were trying to we were headed back to either Miami or to Fort Lauderdale. So it was just absolutely crazy. But listen, Usher, how he promoted other people, how those of us who are older were trying to decide, was this Jermaine Dupri or CeeLo Green? Because I thought it was CeeLo Green too, okay? I thought he was CeeLo Green as well. But that whole thing, and I said, okay, what can we grab here from the classic to the old to the younger people? What does that look like? How can we turn this into history? And how can we turn this into teaching our children things that they are missing today? And then y'all, the commercials. But the best commercial, this is me. This is because my love for the woman. The best commercial was the Verizon with Beyonce Act Two. I was like, if that wasn't classic, has it broken yet? That whole thing was phenomenal, y'all. That's brains. I was like, how do we get that brain power into our classrooms to talk about government, local, national, school board, all of that? How do we bring that into the classroom to make it so appealing that people get an understanding of this? Come on, y'all. We talked here about filibusters. I said that to somebody. They looked at me like, what is that? I'm like, this is a problem. We need to talk about these things. So y'all, and I just want to go through this because Billboard reported it, and I just wanted to let y'all know. Y'all, the album drops on March the 29th. During the Super Bowl on Sunday, Beyonce dropped two new songs, Texas Hold'em and 16 Carriages, and announced a country album scheduled for release on March the 29th. Now, members of the Beehive weren't surprised. They said they knew it was coming. They said that she was indicating that at the concert. I never got that at the concert, but y'all know I'm a little slow. So now I'm sharing this story because her announcement sparked a new conversation around who gets to make country music. And there were some people who were pushing back. Pay attention, pay attention. The country song on her album, Lemonade Daddy Lessons, was deemed ineligible for country music categories in the 2017 Grammys by the Recording Academy Country Music Committee. Freeze, go back to the Grammys a week or so ago. Um, Now Jay-Z's speech makes sense. First, it wasn't making any sense. Now it makes sense. He was actually setting this up for her announcement this past Sunday for what's to come on March the 29th. So now she's saying, put me in there. You can no longer ignore the gift of my country music stance. So come 2025, we should see her somewhere in the Grammys in the countryside. So I want to hear y'all's feedback. Y'all, there's a lot going on, and I want to share this as well on this That's Happening Tuesday. And just bear with me for a moment, y'all. I want to share that it's no longer the political divide within America. They're now targeting whoever they are. They're now targeting different sectors and different groups. There's a divide. People have been divided. I've been watching this even last year. Although they came together, I just want them to sing a song together. The divide between Taylor and Beyonce. People wanted to promote Taylor's music and her concert and the money that she was making, but it took us to keep pushing Beyonce. And then they started recognizing, then the two of them started supporting each other, which I think they were always doing it, but they started publicly supporting each other. They just need to do a concert together, just one, to let people know we're not playing that. Then we had the NFL trying to help out and say, okay, we're going to do Lift Every Voice and Sing, the Black National Anthem. They've done it twice before. This, I believe, was the third time. Why was this time so crazy? What's the division there? What's happening there? The books, the conversations, the TV shows, the movies, local government, just so much division is going on. We have to pay attention. We can't even get the daggone primary dates to go vote. Why is this happening? Y'all, this is what News in Motion is for. And we're going to start walking a little heavy. Yes, we're still going to have some fun, but this is where you're going to get this kind of news. I understand we're not for everyone. I get that. But hopefully we'll be a news source for those of you who want to tune in and pay attention. Hester says, I love country music. Listen, when I heard that, I was so excited. I'm like, I'm here for it. Don't laugh at me. My brother's on here. Don't laugh at me. My brother will tell you when I was like young, I used to listen to country music all the time. Love it. Love it. So it's right up my alley. Deborah Johnson says, entertainment helps keep the children engaged. Lori says, yeah, that was one of my favorites too. Sports events are major catalysts for bringing people together. Yes, they are. They are. They are. Kim Edmondson says, I'm here for it all. Look, y'all, I am committed. Isaiah and I was having this conversation before we went on air. I am committed to bringing you something every week, but it's not going to be fluff. Can't do it. No more. Can't do it. What is that going to look like? How often that's going to be? Every week we'll be here giving you information. Every Friday, the Friday rundown, we're going to be giving you information. That's my commitment. That's my commitment through this election. That's my commitment. It may look different from time to time, but it's okay. We're here to give you the news. We're here to give you the news. Brian Costin, what's up? You owe me lunch. What's up? What's up? All right, so here's the inspirational message. With everything I just shared with you, here's the inspirational message. Stand up. Stand up. Y'all remember last week, Pastor Alex Williams from Florida was saying, well, he's from Baltimore, but he lives in Florida, was saying that he thought I was talking about, when I was talking about preparation, Joshua 1 or 2. And I said, I was just reading that. Was Joshua 7. Okay, remember you said you got me. Don't be trying to hide on me. Well, it was actually Joshua 7, verse 10. The Lord says to Joshua, stand up. What are you doing down on your face? Y'all remember I told you about had going through some lamenting a couple of weeks ago and all of that? Yeah. Well, it was after that, like 2 days later, God was like, if you don't get up off your face, stand up. And took me to this scripture. Like, stand up. You done prayed. Stop it. Stop all that. I need you to stand up and share the truth. Everybody's not going to like it. Everybody's not going to follow you. Some people probably going to talk about you like a dog. That doesn't matter. Stand up. He goes on to say in verse 11, Israel has sinned. They have violated my covenant, which I commanded them to keep. Stop right there. I thought about worldview. I thought about America. I thought about United States. I thought about what's happening with this election. Well, if I stay down praying, okay, God can answer that. Yeah. But if I get up and get to work, get up and get on here on News in Motion and share with you the information, it's not up to me if you accept it. It's up to you if you accept it. I'm pointing you to the direction. It's up to you to decide if you want to. And God had to remind me, your job is not to make them take it. Your job is to share the information. It's up to them to accept it or not. So do your part. Get up off your face. Stop crying. Stop pouting. Stop weeping. Stop saying they're not listening. And most of them won't. And God had to show me they don't even listen to my word. They don't even read my word. So come on. I have a few, you got a few. So this is what we're going to do. So stand up. They've sinned. They're doing things. They're lying. They're spinning. They're misinformation, disinformation. They're trying to confuse you, get you not to vote, to get you so angry. How quick we forget the former guy had a band. Y'all remember that? They were protesting out by LaGuardia Airport in New York, JFK. They were O'Hare in Chicago, LAX in Los Angeles, because he had a Muslim band. Y'all remember that? Y'all don't be quick to forget what the former guy has done. Y'all better remember. And then it goes on in that verse says, they have taken some of the devout voted things. They have stolen. They have lied. Hello, somebody. And they have put them in their own possessions. Bam. What does that look like? When I read that, I said, if this isn't this particular party, I don't know what is. What are we doing here? And I thought, wow, have we just changed the way of the world? Like, what is really going on here? What is happening? Y'all, I'm so excited. The book is being printed right now. Inspire, a call to action. Y'all, I'm so excited. I cannot tell y'all how excited I am about this book. Y'all, the book is over 400 pages. I said to Kathy, this is a thick book. Y'all, this book is, I cannot explain it. And in this book, it's calling you all to action, just like I do almost every day here on News in Motion. And I'm going to try real hard not to get emotional. But that book, just to have it in my hands one day was like, I did this. And then I stopped and said, no, God used me to put this out here. Y'all, it's calling us to action. Y'all, this scripture in Joshua chapter 7, verses 10 and 11 should change your lives. Listen, y'all, listen. Stand up. What are you doing down on your faces? Seriously, we talk about, I'm going to go lay prostrate. We're going into Lent. Ash Wednesday's tomorrow. Oh, I'm just going to pray. Are you sure that's what God wants you to do? Or does he want you to get up and do something? Y'all, come on. Come on. At some point, you have to act on those prayers you've been praying. At some point, you must act on those prayers you've been praying. All right, y'all. As promised, tomorrow is Workshop Wednesday. Workshop Wednesday. Tomorrow's Workshop Wednesday. We're going to talk about writing legislation. Yeah, last week we did reading. If you did not see it, check it out. Go to YouTube. Again, Facebook, Instagram, Threads are starting to not allow political news, social justice information out there. You will find me on YouTube, youtube.com/Gail Dudley. We will keep this up as long as we can. But they will start removing these. They have warned us, they've told us, they've put it out there for us. So, if you want this information, you can find it on YouTube. Again, that's youtube.com/Gail Dudley, youtube.com/Gail Dudley, GAIL, D as in David, U, D as in David, LEY. And get the newsletter, y'all. It's free, it's packed with information. Some you may want, some you may not. Scroll. If you don't see anything that Friday, hit delete. But don't remove your name from the list, because one Friday you're going to need it. You're going to call me up saying, Gail, can you tell me this? I'm going to say, did you get the newsletter? You're going to say, oh, I unsubscribed. Well, I guess you're going to subscribe back. That's how we do things here. All right, y'all. Till tomorrow for Workshop Wednesday. I am your host, Gail Dudley. This has been News in Motion. This has been That's Happening Tuesday. Y'all know what I say. Stay well, everyone. And remember, make some bold moves. We're out.
News in motion.